Okay, so you've reached out to me because you have some questions about this project. Notice this says it's the honors project. So the honors chemistry and the college prep chemistry projects look a little bit different. But what I want you to do is so the main goal is for you to make a model that's going to show me what you understand about the patterns that exist within the structure and the properties of matter. Okay. And so we're looking at it specifically in terms of phase. So when you are looking at it, this is what your challenge is. Your challenge is that you will construct a digital model to represent what happens to the properties of any molecule that you choose. So for honors, you can choose anything like hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide, methanol, ethanol. I'm going to show you an example as if I was going to choose methane. Now, I'm not going to do the whole project, but I am going to give you some ideas of what I would do. So, as it undergoes a phase change from a solid to a liquid to a gas, and you may not use water. So, for college prep can use water or any other substance, but some kids in college prep are going to choose to use water. So the first thing that you're going to look at is you're going to look at these two videos, and they're going to help give you an idea of what do those properties look like, or what do those particles look like in a solid, a liquid, or a gas. Now down here, the Explore is, these are just different labs that we've done. So we've done a density lab, we did a lab on phase changes. There is a gizmo on phases of water. And then these PhET labs are ones that we did not do the PhET labs. We looked at some of them in some lessons, but we did not do those. But those are just some examples. They're visual representations to give you an idea of what a visual model looks like. So what a model of the process actually looks like. Now, this is the bulk of your project. The bulk of your project is to produce one of these things. So, for example, Canva, if I were to go to Canva, okay, and Canva, I can go ahead and log into my account and I can create anything. It's kind of like a canvas, a blank canvas for painting and whatnot. So, if I go and log in, sorry for the lag on my computer. Okay. And then I can go ahead and create a blank canvas of my project. And so this could be like a poster. Okay. I could do a presentation, an Instagram post. So if I wanted to do a poster, and with my poster, I wanted to pick a molecule like methane. Okay. Methane. Okay. And so I could take a picture like this, and I could just take a picture of that. And that's what a methane molecule looks like, or a picture of this. What if I wanted to figure out if there was a solid methane or a liquid methane? Methane actually is going to be a gas at room temperature. So this might not be the absolute best molecule to choose, but I could do, and it's different on my computer compared to yours, but I can do my Windows Shift S and I can take a screenshot of this diagram. Okay, obviously I'm going to take another one because that one didn't work very well. I didn't get enough of the picture in there. And then I could take that molecule and I could put that into my canvas of okay, so then I could pick that and I could put that in my canvas. Okay, and maybe I want that and I want to represent that this is methane. Okay, and then the next thing, and then I might want to draw a diagram like a heating curve or a cooling curve. So then I could look for the cooling curve or heating curve for methane. And you could put different diagrams and you can put text boxes and whatever you want to put in here that's going to answer the question. So going back to the project, okay, it needs to have clear labels. So what I would do is I would go back to my canvas and I would make sure that I've indicated that this is methane. Okay, so I might put in a text box. Okay. And I want to add a heading, and my heading is just going to say methane, and that's CH4. And I would have to fix my font so that was a subscript, but then I could put methane here. Okay. And you want to make sure that you're showing diagrams, you're showing labels. So for example, let's go back to the cooling curve or the heating curve of water. Okay. And when I look at that, okay, I have all of these different images that show up. When I click on the images, there are some images that show the particles. Okay, and there was an image in our diagram that showed the particles. So this is like, see, you can see these particles right here. So what I want you to do is show me what's the heating curve. Okay, what's the heating curve, and what do the particles look like at the different points. So this is a good start. This is for water, but methane is going to look different. Your temperatures are going to look different. And then label those. So is it the solid? Is it a solid and liquid? Is it a liquid? Is it a liquid and gas? Is it a gas? So what phases are present? See how this one is labeled and it has liquid water and vapor. This is water vapor. This one's liquid water. So basically, I'm asking you to pull out this heating curve and make the heating curve more descriptive by giving me more labels and more diagrams. Basically, it's a poster. What's your poster going to look like to represent that compound or that molecule or that substance that you're looking at? Okay, so that's one thing. So clear labels. Show your chosen molecule represented, and you need the visual and you need the label, which I just showed you that on Canva. And then diagrams representing what the zoomed in particle is going to look like, meaning you're not just going to draw like say you were using water, you're not just going to give me a picture of a cup of water. You're going to give me a picture that looks more like water particles. So you're going to give me a diagram that looks more like these. These are your zoomed in models. Okay. And so then that's that next step. Okay. Then you want to make sure in that, and we're going to skip the bulk properties for a second. You want to make sure that you've identified the melting point and you've identified the boiling point. Now, also what's happening to the particle motion. So maybe add a text box and explain that as you go from solid to a liquid to a gas, it's doing what with the energy? Is it absorbing it or is it releasing it? Are the particles getting faster? Are they getting slower? Are they getting farther apart? Are they getting closer together? So you want to represent that. And everyone is going to represent different. And that's the good thing about having open-ended projects is open-ended projects, while they can add a little bit more stress when you want, very specific and you want to know, okay, I want to check all of the boxes. But the open-ended projects are going to allow people to be able to be more creative and use your creativity and how do you see it. Now, going back to the two bulk scale properties, tell me about the density of your substance. Tell me about the density. And then maybe if you can find a visual of that density, meaning are the particles close? Are they far apart in a certain space? And so if they're close or if they're far apart, does that mean they have a high density or a low density? Another thing would be vapor pressure. Is the vapor pressure high? Is the vapor pressure low? Why is that? Do they have large forces of attraction? Do they have small forces of attraction? Or what kind of stuff comes into play for that? So I hope that this is helpful. If you have more questions, go ahead and reach out and let me know.